Yeah, no, I mean, I think us being picked second was due to finishing second last year in the conference tournament. I think this year it was a really good year for us overall in the conference. We started out with a bye. I think then opening up against Jackson State kind of got us my first conference game, Gabby's first conference game as a freshman here. But I just think in general, overall, me trying to get used to the conference, figuring it out. The girls let me know, hey, listen, it's going to be competitive. It's all these different things. So I think we didn't start off on the best foot, right, against Jackson State, taking that loss. And then obviously the other day on Friday, not getting the result that we needed in a game that mattered slash maybe didn't matter. I think we found out prior to the game that Jackson State was going to kind of win the conference. So I think that kind of took the wind out of our sails a little bit and caused us not to be as successful to end the season. Where I think if we end it properly, we end it tied for first or we end it in second. Took a loss, and I think it's unfortunate. But at the end of the day, now it's time for us to bounce back for this second season, which is the conference tournament, and we're really looking forward to it. But I think overall as a season, I'm pleased with the group. I think we had a successful season. We lost 2 games on the year where I think if you go back, we can take care of both of those games. We outshot both those opponents in those games. Just didn't take care of business at the end. And so that's the game of soccer, unfortunately. It happens. But really looking forward to this conference tournament.
So your first time in the Swac, Gabby, your first time being in the Swac. Gabby, you go first. Talk about, just your experience this year. You're a freshman. You're up for freshman of the year. So just kind of talk about your success and your first time being in SWAC, first time in college.
Well, it came by as a really big surprise. I was definitely not I was looking forward to this, but it just came by as a surprise. But I think I'm fitting in pretty well with the team, and so far I think this is pretty successful for me. But I think we're gonna go far this year in the SWAC tournament, definitely.
I think I could see this being like this bond, right? Kind of worked out perfectly because it is both of you guys' first time at TSU and first time in the SWAC. So, Coach, just talk about how you feel like you adjusted and as well as your girls adjusted to you this season.
I think it's been a big adjustment for me in a sense of I haven't really been a head coach by myself, right? The last 4 years previously, I was a co-head coach. So really being able to kind of run my own program, put my foot down, and kind of make a statement on what I want. I think coming into a group that was a little bit broken, if I'm going to be honest, in a lot of different ways, whether that was just the uncertainty of who was going to be the next coach, just kind of the player relationship with the previous coach, just all the different things. I think for me, I had to come in and kind of fix things a little bit, but not so much soccer-wise, more just everyone's emotions and their mental health and their mental wellness and how they look at the game and how they view coming to training and just different things. I think in the beginning it was very like, oh no, this is going to be so hard. And I think they've realized the harder they've worked, the better they've become. And I think sometimes that always it works out for you that way. I wasn't sure if that was going to be the case, right? They're going to buy in right away. I think the group is bought in, so it's amazingly. And not only just a great group of young ladies, but just players that want to get better. And I think over the course of some of their careers, over their 4 years, they didn't necessarily get better every single week, right? And I got kids, seniors asking me now, Coach, how can I get another year? How can we stay one more? Just because I think in these last 3 months, they've progressed as players more than they ever have. And I think for me, that's my job as a coach, right? I pride myself in developing players. So really looking forward to have this one next to me for the next 3 years to really continue to develop her game because I know she's going to bring a lot to this conference, right? I think, yeah, maybe the stats don't show that she scored a lot of goals, but as a freshman to come in and pretty much play 90 minutes, 18 games this season, minus maybe 2, I think, is pretty impressive. And so I think for us as a staff, but also as a group, everyone's just bought in. And I think that culture, if you can create that, we have a team, but I tell the girls all the time, I'm trying to create a culture. And I want that culture as someone that everybody wants to be a part of, not just say, I'm a part of that team and it be a one-time thing, right? And I think that's why these girls want to come back is because we're creating something that's special as we move forward.
Gabby, so you're in the locker room with all the girls. You guys have your own talks outside. What is something that that you guys really liked about Coach Adams? Like they said, hey, like we're just gonna do whatever she says. We're gonna play our hearts out because that's what it takes, I think, for a coach. Like you want players who will run through a brick wall for you. So what was it there about Coach Adams that you guys were like, okay, we're just following her lead?
She's just very tough, honestly. Like I've never had a coach this tough on me, and it honestly makes me a better player. And I want to play for her and this team. And like they just come to practice every day. We come to practice and we're like, we know we have to work hard because or else she'll get on us. But it's a very good thing to have because I like a coach that cares for me instead of just like, oh, she's just another player. Like I don't necessarily care. But like with Coach Adams, she's I care about you, I care about this girl, I care about your other teammates. Like she just cares for us, like as a team, and it's just a very nice thing to have as a coach.
What are some goals that you're looking to kind of conquer that you already haven't? You're up for freshman of the year during this tournament, and something for you and your team. Like, what are some things you guys kind of want to scratch off since it's nearing the end?
Well, I would say for me, get my first goal. This last game I was very attacking, and I'm just trying to look for my first goal. But I know as a team, we're really trying to be more attacking. These last few games, it's been, we've been playing really good as a team, looking for passes, but we're not looking for that last final pass to get the goal. So I think that's what we're really trying to look for in this tournament.
Coach, what are you looking to get out of this tournament? What are some things you're looking for the girls to kind of get over?
I mean, I think there's some unfinished business for a lot of them, right? They were in this situation a year ago. They won the Swac, lost in the final of the Swac championship. So I think for them, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of just, I really want to do that. And so for me as a coach, I think it's just guiding them in that way. And I think Gabby mentioned it. We haven't scored the goals that we should be scoring. I think every team we've played, we've outshot in the conference. We just are not putting the ball in the back of the net. And so hopefully for us, that the time is now, right? I mean, every game we've played, not Southern, who we just play? Prairie View. PV, I mean, they crossed the half line like 3 times and they scored a goal and we lose the game, right? So for us, it's now like, how do we minimize those situations and make sure that we're maximizing ours, right? We had 17 shots, 9 shots on goal. We don't score a goal, right? So again, that's kind of been the theme for us this year, is scoring goals. Is not scoring the goals that we need to score, right? But I think with this group, just a little bit of revenge. They're just ready to kind of, go back and win that title, try to win that title for the first time, and do something that the school has never done, which is make the NCAA tournament for the first time in school history, which I think is very doable for us, right? I think our team is very deep. We have the roster to do. I think we're probably the deepest team in the conference, if I'm going to be honest, from top to bottom. So I think that with playing 3 games in 4 days, it benefits us and it allows us. But again, we got to show up and play. We can't just show up on the field. We got to come out and play. I think that's where we failed a little bit on Friday, right? We showed up just thinking we're going to win that game, and PV wasn't going to roll over, and they didn't, right? And so I think for us, we're playing Alcorn, who we just beat 2 weeks ago, 2-0. And again, that game should have been 6-7. Who knows? I mean, we had tons of chances that we didn't score. So again, it's going to be putting our chances away to give us the best chance to win this tournament.
Well, let's talk about some of your older players like Kamara, Bailey, some of the anchors on this team. Let's speak to them and kind of what you're looking for them to do.
I mean, I'm just looking for Kamara to make some noise, right? She's back at her old school. She graduated from PV. We weren't able to get the win for her on Friday, but I think now she's going to come out with that competitive force and knowing she's at her old school and just wanting to take care of business, right? I think for her, she's been in a space that's safe and comforting, and she's happy. And I think for us as a staff, that's all we can ask for from these players, right? When she transferred in 3 months ago, is to make sure we're putting them in a situation to be successful. And I think with Kamara, we've been able to do that. We've been able to get the best out of her. Sometimes I think coaches try to make people fit into a box. With her, we didn't have to do that, right? We told her, come in here, work hard, and do what you got to do. And she's been able to do that. I think BB has a lot to prove, Bailey as well, because she didn't play a ton last year, whether it was injury or whether it was a coach's decision not to play her. I mean, she's one of our best center backs. So personally, I don't know how that kid doesn't play and doesn't do those things. I mean, she's played 90 minutes almost every game for us this season, and without her, we're not where we are today, right? So, and I think also goes to Akaya, right? It's another one who's been the force in the back line for the last couple of years, and so I think getting the most out of those two has been really successful. I mean, last year we had Defensive Player of the Year and oh my God. In AT, right? But now we've moved her into the midfield a little bit because we know that she's capable of doing those things. So, again, we've made some shifts and some changes because we have players that have stepped up and played well. And so the BBs, the Cams, and the Akayas are players that, we need, right? And we know are going to step up. Amada's another one who hasn't really played a ton last year, but this year's, making a name for herself, scoring goals, getting shots on goal, just being creative for us, right? And so I think we have a really good group when you have 14, 15 seniors we have 16, but a couple of them are coming back now, so that's exciting news. But with that, you never know what you're going to get, right? They can either kind of show up every single day and say, hey, listen, I'm going to work hard, or it's like, it's my last year, I'm just going to enjoy it, right? And I think a testament to this group, they've kind of buckled down and got after it because I think they see the results when they're able to do that. You have Clara Dotini, who's another one, right? Melissa, who also, they just do a really good job for us in the midfield to make sure that we're ready to be prepared to play for every single game. And so I'm just excited. I think the kids are upset. They're upset after what happened on Friday. So I really believe that now is the time to just show up and show what we have. And it either helps. We either win it or we don't, right? We have nothing else to lose at this point. It's win or go home. So I'm really excited for this opportunity.
So I want to hear from both of you ladies. Just what do you want to say to the fans that, you know, because we're right here up the street in PV. We don't really get a lot of SWAC championships close. So this team does. So, I mean, yeah, like, what do you got to tell them to come on out?
Come on, Gab, what you got?
I would say having a huge fan base would definitely contribute to the game. Knowing that there's people behind us looking for us to win, that would really help, honestly.